Okay, let's just dive right in. If you're building, well, pretty much any app today, you're not just handling data. You're dealing with the tidal wave of it. We're talking images, videos, logs, backups, the whole shebang. For years, the go-to answer for all this unstructured stuff has been Amazon's S3. And it's great, but it's got some strings attached. So what if you could get that same power, but put yourself back in the driver's seat?
I mean, really think about this question for a second. Imagine having that exact same S3 power, that same API that all your tools already know how to talk to, but you're not locked into one vendor. What if you could run it absolutely anywhere, in your own data center, on a different cloud, even out at the edge? Total control over your costs, your data, your security. That's the promise we're going to dig into.
And look, this is not some tiny niche problem. This is the reality for pretty much all modern development. It doesn't matter if you're building a massive AI model, a complex analytics pipeline, or just a simple web app. You need a home for all this stuff that's scalable and super reliable. And because of the trade-offs with the old way of doing things, developers started searching for a better way.
And that right there brings us to the star of the show, MinIO. It's an open-source object storage solution that was built from the ground up to do one thing really, really well. Give you the power of S3, but with the freedom to run it wherever you damn well please. So here's how to think about the difference. On one side, you've got Amazon S3. It lives in the public cloud, it's super convenient, but you're playing in their sandbox, by their rules, which can lead to vendor lock-in. MinIO just flips that whole model on its head. It's open source, so you can run it anywhere you want, on-prem, private cloud, heck, even on another public cloud. You get full control and total ownership of your data architecture.
If you remember just one thing from this whole explainer, make it this sentence. It is the absolute simplest, most perfect way to understand what MinIO is all about. It's taking that powerful, familiar S3 storage concept and putting the keys directly into your hands.
And here's the more, official definition. The keywords you really want to pay attention to here are high performance, which is absolutely crucial for heavy-duty stuff like AI and analytics, and large-scale private cloud. This tells you right away this isn't some little side project. It's built for serious production-level workloads. Okay, so this leads us to what is, without a doubt, MinIO's most important feature. It's the secret sauce, the magic trick that makes using it so incredibly easy and practical. It means you don't have to throw out all your old work. Now look, performance and flexibility are obviously huge, but they both stand on the shoulders of that giant 70% slice, S3 API compatibility. This is the dominant feature for a reason. It means all the tools, all the code, all the skills your team already has for S3, it all just works with MinIO. It's a bridge, not a whole new island you have to learn to survive on.
So what does S3-compatible actually mean for you, the developer, trying to get work done on a Tuesday afternoon? It means you keep using the AWS SDK for Python or Go or whatever language you already love. You don't have to rewrite your app's file upload logic. You literally just change the server URL to point to your new MinIO server, and you swap out the access keys. That's it. Even the command line tools you're used to, like AWS CLI, yep, that works too. It's that simple.
All right, so the idea is powerful, but you're probably thinking, okay, this has got to be a real pain to set up, right? Well, let's see just how fast you can get a test server up and running. And I mean fast.
It is so simple, it's almost funny. It's a three-step process where really only one step involves you doing anything. You open your terminal, you paste one command, and then you open your web browser. Done.
And there it is. That's the one command. This little line of text tells Docker to grab the official MinIO image, open up the right ports for the API and the web console, and start the server. For a quick development setup, this is literally all you need.
And yeah, that's it. No complicated setup scripts, no config files to edit. You now have a fully functional, high-performance object storage server running on your machine with a slick web interface to go with it. And this amazing flexibility isn't just about Docker. MinIO is built to run everywhere. You can use Homebrew on your Mac, standard Linux packages, or just a good old-fashioned executable on Windows. This versatility is at the heart of its mission to give you back control.
So we've seen the what and the how, but let's zoom out and talk about the why. Why even bother hosting your own object storage?
Well, it all comes down to a really powerful idea: data sovereignty.
See, this idea of full control isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a strategic weapon. You completely sidestep vendor lock-in. You get to control and optimize your storage costs. You can build one storage layer that works the same way across multiple clouds. And most importantly, you ensure data sovereignty. Your data lives exactly where you say it lives, which is a game changer for security and compliance. And for massive AI and analytics workloads, it's pretty much a perfect match.
And hey, you don't have to just take my word for it. This is not some fringe project. We're talking about over 54,000 stars on GitHub. In the open source world, that is a massive vote of confidence. That number represents a huge global community of developers who use it, build on it, and trust it with their most important data every single day.
So, we come full circle. MinIO gives you the raw power of S3 with the incredible freedom of open source. It puts you back in charge of your data, your architecture, your destiny. The only real question left to ask is, now that you have that control, what are you going to build?